Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Jazmin here with 88 Jules 888. I'm so glad to be here with you again this week. Last week was really well. I actually got back from Oregon to see my sister graduate, and I can honestly say I'm so very proud of her. If she is watching this, Alyssa, I do love you. Alyssa's my sister. We have, let's see, we had a new moon in Gemini. I think it was a new moon, yes. A new moon in Gemini that did happen. I forgot. I think it was on the 13th. Yes, it was on the 13th. And I do have to say, on new moons, I usually feel more energetically when there's a new moon. Also on full moons, but I feel like a new moon as well because I was born on the day of a new moon. But this new moon in particular was in Gemini, and my moon's in Gemini as well. So I felt particularly more calm than usual, which is a good thing because whenever an opposing new moon or a full moon comes, let's say in like Scorpio, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how I feel during those times. But anyways, I feel like a big theme with the new moon in Gemini was communication and reviewing your life and seeing where you are and being proud of how far you've come on your unique journey. I've posted this on my Snapchat and my Instagram story as well. You know, we've come so far and everybody's journey is so different and there's no comparison. You know, we as human beings like to compare and look at other people's lives, but look at your own sometime and realize that you have come so far. You've done so well, no matter what you've been through, no matter how far you think you've stepped back. I want to say in some ways, you know, setbacks, when something negative happens, you've always bounced back. Everything has always turned out for the better, and I feel like that was a really big theme for this new moon. And the energies are going to last for, I think, a few weeks or until another new moon comes. But anyways, let's start on. That was a really long intro, I'm so sorry. Let's start on with the meditative messages from Spirit that I got. This is a general reading for the week of June 17th through the June 23rd. And the thoughts that I got, the messages that I got for you for this week is to put space between you and your thoughts. And the next one was certain things are happening behind the scenes even if you can't physically see it. So I'll go more about this, I feel like, at the end of the video because I've been talking for a long time, and we'll get on with the reading. But yes, this is what Spirit is trying to communicate with a few or some of you, and we will get to that at the end of the video. But let's get on with the reading. Alright, so what does the general collective need to know this week, June 17th through June 23rd? Can I get one more? Oh, we got two. Put this a little bit back here. Angel answers. Ooh, I think one's already flipped. No? Okay. I thought one was already flipped. Oh, there it is. Oh, there's like something in my eye. Okay. Alright, guys. Let's see what we got. I don't know if this is like crooked. Alright, cool. So the first card we got, Enchanted Oracle Map Deck, is the Magic Prayer. So what I'm getting with this card is Her hair is really nice, by the way, but she's like floating. She's like flowing through the air. So I feel like this has to do with, I guess we might as well talk about it right now, with the message that I got before recording this video. I said that to put space between you and your thoughts, and Spirit's trying to communicate with you to flow through them. Don't be stuck on a certain thought or a certain thing for too long, because it's only going to cause and add more anxiety. You're not going to feel good thinking about the same thing over and over again. If you look at her, she's just like, yeah, I'm floating and I feel really, really good about it. And on the bottom it says magic prayer, and I feel like, I don't know if some or most of you pray, but I feel like if you do, it'll really, really help you this week to get you through whatever you may be going through. You know, you're never alone, even when you are sitting by yourself. I don't know if some of you talk to yourself or if you write. I personally sometimes talk to myself. I don't know if that's creepy, but I do talk to myself, and I do talk to Spirit and higher up, and you know, I do ask sometimes, I'm having trouble with this certain situation and I would really love your help. You know, to angels, to spirit guides. My spirit guide is the owl, and I really do feel when I talk to angels and when I talk to spirit guides that they really, really help me get through whatever I'm going through, even if it's not an instant like, okay, I feel better, but with time, you know, you're gonna learn to flow through your thoughts and not be stuck on the thoughts that keep coming into your mind. And I really like how there's this ball of light, you know, you are being guided, whether or not you know it, through these things. And I feel like if you're the type of person that does constantly have thoughts that keep coming, keep reoccurring, you know, it seems like you can't really get out of it, you know, really start to think about things in a different perspective. You know, why do I keep thinking about this kinds of stuff? Is it because I have one thought but I'm feeling a certain way? You know, when we get anxiety about things, I think I mentioned this to one of my friends as well. Sometimes when we're feeling a certain way and it doesn't feel necessarily good, it's because our feelings and thoughts don't match, and that's where the tension comes from, because we may be thinking a certain way, but at the same time our feelings can be completely different, and we don't know how to come to the common ground, how to merge them together. And that's where we all feel like wonky and stuff like that, and it just doesn't feel right. But underneath it all, you know, you are being guided to really step into your power and flow through this, to let things pass you. That's how air is, you know. Air doesn't stay in one place, it just flows, it just is. And if you let thoughts be thoughts and not let it affect you, then you'll have an easier time getting through, you know, a period of constant thought, especially if it's something that affects you mentally and physically. That's really beautiful, though. I feel like talking about the mental really will ease a lot of your guys' minds, because I feel like a lot of the people watching come for answers, and sometimes you can't find those answers in your own head. And once you, yeah, this is perfect. So this card is called Stuck in the Mud, and it goes perfectly with this card. Oh, sorry, you can see the shape of the light. And it goes perfectly with this card. You know, if you keep getting stuck in the mud, you're not going to be able to go out. If you can see, she's facing a completely different way, and the elephant in this is facing the opposite way. You know, if the elephant just let things flow more, he could probably, or she, I don't know the gender of the elephant, but get out of the mud and flow through it, just like this girl is flowing through whatever she's flowing through. And you know, being stuck in the mud has to do with, you know, being stuck in your thoughts, being stuck in a situation that you've probably been in this situation for a very long time, no matter what it is. And it could feel like I feel like I'm in a box right now. Like, I feel like I can't get out. And it's really, really frustrating. And you could probably be thinking about this a lot, especially in your mind, you know. And I feel like I'm trying to get out. This is what I'm feeling right now. I'm trying to get out of this box, and I have no idea how. So if this is you, I feel like take a few deep breaths if you ever feel anxiety. I feel like this is for somebody really, really specific, and I feel like this is somebody specific, or a few of you that think a lot about things. You know, you are never stuck. It's only temporary, and you will always get out. Honestly, I feel like this box is imaginary, like mud. Mud is not always going to be there. Things are temporary no matter what situation it is, even if it's negative, even if it's positive. Things happen, things come and go, and I feel like that is how life is. It is hard to accept sometimes because myself, I do love stability. I like it when things are constant. I'm one of those people that when a good moment comes, man, I just want it to last forever. But obviously life wouldn't be life if we didn't have moments where we were stuck in the mud, you know. And if this has recently just happened, or if this happened a long time ago and you just so happen to be thinking about it, you know, everybody has had these moments and you're not alone. If you need to talk about something, don't be afraid. People are going to be there for you, people you trust, and it's all about letting your guard down and releasing these things. You know, sometimes things don't get healed till years later, and it's all just a process, you know. And I feel like once you realize that your own life has its own flow, you will come out stronger each time. Like, once something happens, you'll be more conscious about it. Like, okay, I am going through something right now that's only temporary. It's just temporary feelings. It's just a temporary situation. I know that once I get through this little step, sometimes it doesn't even have to be like major, you know. It could be something that you've just never done before, and it could be as simple as a new way of thinking. You know, I've always thought this way. I've always believed in this way. I've always looked at somebody this way. You know, maybe it's time for something different, and it can be challenging, yes, but you will get through it. And I know, I feel this light push of like just light-hearted energy and support surrounding you. I feel like whoever this is for, you're only looking at it from anxiety eyes. If you were to ask somebody else, you know, what could I do about this? What do you think they would say to you? They would tell you, you got this, you know, like you can honestly do it. Sometimes stepping away from your own view can really add perspective to your situation. If you look at it through somebody else's eyes, you know, especially if you're maybe a different situation, for example, can be if you have confidence issues about yourself, like I'm not good enough, I don't know if I can do this. If you look at your supporters and people that support you, why do they support you? You know, why do they think and view you the way that they do? Obviously it's because they think and see something in you that you don't. And I feel like that's really, really beautiful, and that's why excuse me, we have people around us that sometimes see stuff that we don't. And when we get into these modes, especially in that example, to get out of it, to get out of the wow, I need water, hold on. Yeah, so I feel like speaking about this, because my throat's really I don't know what's going on with my throat, so probably some of you guys need to speak up about this, because I feel like you've been just hiding inside of yourself. Wow, my throat was really raspy a few seconds ago, so I definitely feel like some of you need to speak about this. Whatever you're feeling inside, get it out there somewhere. Talk to somebody. It's okay. You are going to be okay. And once you talk about this, you're going to feel so much better. And watch when you do. I promise you, things will start changing, especially if you've been keeping this deep down inside you. Woo. Yeah, I feel like with these cards right here, so I got Sad Embrace. I'll turn it over so you can see it. I feel like these cards right here are what's affecting you, regardless whether or not you know this or not. So Sad Embrace, let me see, this is a 9. I always like to look at the numbers, guys. I cannot make this up. So up here, this is Stormfields. You see the number 9. And then here, Sad Embrace. Up here, a 4 and a 5 make a 9 as well. And I can't make this up. These two cards flew out together, and I cannot believe this. This is definitely a message, a strong message for some of you. 9 is the number of, I believe, change and completion as well. So if you go on the number line 1 through 10, 9 is almost through 10. It's change. You're almost there. I feel like this is what is holding you back, some of you, from really living your life to its fullest potential. This has to do with self-doubt, being stuck in the mud, in your thoughts, in the same situation. Once you sometimes I heard this message not too long ago, to go with the flow of life, but how do I put this? It is always good to go with the flow of life, but sometimes we as individuals have a choice. We have a choice to step into our own power sometimes and choose to do things a different way and choose things differently. So this is all, I feel, the balance of life, knowing when to go with the flow and knowing when you have an opportunity and have the chance to change things. If things aren't the way that you want them to be, sometimes you have to let divine and spirit guide you, but other times you have to know when it's honestly your turn to make the decision for yourself. So I feel like this is all a continuation. You're here in your thoughts, and this is what the goal is, to flow sometimes. And then for a few of you, it's like a split message, to go with the flow and let spirit and divine guide you in the right direction. For others, I feel like it's making that conscious choice. If you are in the same situation over again and you've tried to let things flow and it just hasn't been working, spirit is telling you to make the decision for yourself. I'm pretty sure most of you are tired of feeling this way. If you look at her, she's just like, man, like, I have no idea what to do with myself. I have no idea where to go, how to think, what's just next. Like, I'm in this box and I have no idea what to do, and it feels like this is your mind, a storm. If you look, there's a house, and I feel like that's your mind, and literally you've just been hit with tornado. Is it a tornado? Or hurricane, something like that. Like, one after the other, and it's really disturbing your peace. You're like, man, I'm so tired of this. I'm done. And I feel like this time, because there's 9s up above, like, you are so close if you just make the decision for yourself. It's honestly a lesson that most of us do need to learn is, instead of letting things flow, if you've already done that, to make a decision for yourself. You know, things aren't going to grow unless you make the conscious decision. And I feel like that's super beautiful. Dang. Intense, guys, but I love it. So now we're gonna move on to the angel answers. What does everybody need to know? Yes, we got remain positive. Perfect. I love this so much. Amidst the sadness, amidst the feelings, amidst, sometimes you're not even sad. Sometimes you're just annoyed. Just not really yourself, you know. You've been through this sometimes it's like lack of motivation too, or sometimes you're not just happy with where you are in life. You want to be somewhere else. And that message, I feel like saying to be in your current moment and to be happy with it, be thankful. I think I've been seeing a lot of be more in the moment, be more happy in the moment, and hope and have faith in your future than to be stuck in the past and in your head. I know that for some, remaining positive is not the easiest thing. And honestly, I've had moments where I just have no idea what positive is. I'm just so stuck. And they're like this card right here. I feel like, if you can see it, there's a light here and there's light there as well. You will make it through. I feel like pausing because there's a moment of rest that just needs to be taken. Whoever you are, I feel like there is just so much anxiety that you're feeling, and I'm literally feeling that as well. And just breathe. Everything is going to be okay. Just remain positive because, like I said, things are temporary, thoughts are temporary, so are feelings, and you will get through it. This compromise, honestly, I love it. Balance, and we were just talking about this, you know, the balance of life, knowing when to go with the flow, knowing when to make choices for yourself, to compromise, to really not be so set on doing things the same way each time, you know, to not keep compromising yourself. Like, if this is, I feel like this just all, like, it just starts here and then it goes here, and it's just like an amazing map of this is what you need to do if you're looking for blunt advice, you know, to get out of this mode, to get out of anxiety, to get out of this situation, to get out of these feelings. You know, remain as positive as you can. Positive affirmations and compromise. Bring that balance back into your life. You have the power, and you have so much more power than you even give yourself or even acknowledge. You know, everybody does. And even if you're not where you want to be at in life, that's okay, because honestly, you really are. And I honestly believe that, and that relieves so much anxiety. Knowing that we are exactly where we are meant to be will really help us. Alright, sorry. Let's see. So our next and last card from the angel answers are helpful people. Alright, sorry guys. I had a little bit of an interruption, but that's okay. So the last card we got, this really makes me happy. Helpful people. I feel like I saw this in my mind's eye. I knew that a lot of you, this is perfect. This is what I meant to say. So the message that I got before recording this video was certain things are happening behind the scenes, even if you can't physically see it. And this goes perfectly, like, with this card. You guys don't understand how much I love this. You are being helped. Whether or not you know it or not. There are energetic shifts that are happening underneath the surface. People are helping you in ways that you may not even notice. People are there for you in ways that you're probably maybe overlooking. You know, we sometimes are so stuck in this situation here that we don't even realize sometimes that the people that are there for you in the physical world are helping you in the tiniest ways. And I feel just so happy to pull this card and let you guys know that even if you don't physically see this help, even energetically, you know, people that have passed away, spirits, your spirit guides, angels, they are guiding you. I know it's crazy to say because I know some people don't believe in this kind of stuff, but underneath it all, it matches my shirt. Underneath it all, you are being helped. And I feel like knowing this will also relieve the anxiety that you have, because you're always supported. You know, even in times when you feel alone, you are surrounded by so many people. I'm so happy for you. I love that. I love that so much, guys. So I think I'm going to put these aside and pull probably like 2 card readings because the reading is getting a little bit long. Love message, perfect. One more. All right. So, our love messages for this week of June 17th through June 23rd. You deserve love and wedding. So, regardless if you are coupled or single, we all deserve love. That's what we're all looking for. That's all we want to achieve in this life is love. But first, you need to believe that you deserve it. To feel that love within yourself. To know that one day you will get what you're looking for. Even if it doesn't happen right now. Even if it's not happening the way that you want it to. You will get it. And it all starts with you believing that you will. Holding that intention and letting divine timing work its magic. It will come to you. I like have the biggest smile on my face right now because I feel like everybody just stresses out about love. Man, it stresses me out sometimes, but the moment I realize that, you know, everybody is the same in a sense because this is what we're looking for. Obviously, it's not the only thing we're looking for, but when it comes down to it, everybody just wants to be loved. And when we feel alone, even in those darkest times, you know, we all deserve love. And it is coming. And it ties perfectly in with this card, wedding. So obviously this can do with actual physical marriage. So if this does apply to you, I do honestly feel like it's coming soon, or this is something that you really, really want in life. You do want to get married. My gosh, my throat, guys, is just not happening today with my throat. So I'm sorry if my voice sounds completely deep and raspy, but anyways, this has to do with commitment and whatnot. So like I said, this can actually do with physical marriage, but the underlining message of marriage is commitment. You know, how committed are you to the person that you're with? Are you half-assing it? I feel like saying that. I feel like saying, are you really half-assing the commitment that you're on to somebody else or to yourself? If you're single, I feel. I feel like saying relationship is two people, and your relationship with yourself is also important. So if you are coupled, I feel like asking yourself how, like I said, how committed are you? How thankful? And I feel like, how do you show you're thankful? Because we all deserve this. Everybody's different. I also feel like saying that not everybody loves the same. And if you are together with somebody, if things aren't really working out the way that you thought they were, look at it through their eyes. You know, what does this person like? How do they like to be loved? If you're really serious about this person, you know, pay more attention, I feel. Especially if it's not going the way that you want. But I honestly feel like if you are doing this, it is paying off. Like, man, you are bearing the fruits of your labor in love. Like, good job. And if you are thinking about doing this, get on it. Because the feeling that I got when I tuned into the feeling of those who are really putting their focus into the relationship, it's awesome. Like, that feeling is really, really, it's just really heartfelt. And I love that. Alright guys, so I think that is all. Thank you so much for tuning in with me this week of, let me get this right, June 17th through June 23rd. Like I said, this is a general reading. If you would like to book a reading with me, all the information is down below in the description box. I think that is it. I will see you next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.